Hey everybody, it's Renee. I just want to give a warning to everybody. I will first say this, it might give you an idea. I'm from Baltimore, so I love my Ravens, and if you don't want to hear a rant or an opinion about the Ray Rice situation, either way, I'll give you a second to turn off my video and go to something a little more pleasant. But this is real life. So, I'll give you a minute. Okay, so, first thing I have to say is, Ray Rice is an excellent football player. Loved him as a player. And, as a human being, as a mommy, and as a woman, I don't want to say I'm a feminist. I believe in women's rights, but I'm not so much like, I don't hate men at all. I don't hate men. I love men. Believe me, I love men. But, I saw a video of Ray Rice and his now wife. Okay. This is how I break it down. At first, I see Ray Rice and his then fiance walking to the elevators. Looks like Ray Rice thrusts his face at her at one point, either spitting or just being like, instigating with her. And then, I see her go and, smack his face. And that leads me to believe maybe he spit on her. So I don't know. But that would probably make me a little bit more worse than smacking his face. Anyways, they go in the elevator. Nothing happens until the door closes, which is scary. He's not reacting. He's waiting. He pushes her. She gets back. And then she goes up to him, after him. And I don't know what I think she hits him or swings at him or something like that. I believe she probably hits him. And then he reacts and he punches her so quickly that I couldn't even see him, swing his arm. So he punches her. She hits the wall. Her head hits the railing in the elevator. And she's down flat. Ray Rice stands there. Probably looks at her. Doesn't go down to check on her. As soon as the doors open, it looks like he drags her out a little more than halfway, leaving her feet still in the elevator. So, if you're not disturbed or a little like, ugh, by that video, there's something wrong with you. Because either you expect it, which is sad, or you're okay with it. And if you're okay with it, I'm not okay with you. And I believe at first, when Ray Rice was talking about it publicly, he said that he was defending himself. Okay, this woman is in the wrong for going after him. Yes, I'm not saying that she is a victim completely. I believe they're both victims of a bad relationship and a bad night. And, people want to call it a mistake. If that's the kind of mistakes you make, then you can't be representing Baltimore's football team. And you can't be a public role model, to my children at least. And, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but I was in a similar situation. And I was wrong, and so was the other person. And, it wasn't a fun situation, but I would fully expect that if I or the other person involved were in a public stance or we were arrested, which we weren't, it was in private, but, I would expect that there be some consequences. And for them or for any articles or for any people to blame the public for what's going on now, it's ridiculous. They did what they did, and because Ray Rice is a NFL football player, he's got to pay the consequences. No, at first they wanted to give him the 2-game sit out and whatever, because nobody had seen the video. It's easy to talk about it and be like, oh shit, that's what happened, that sucks, so we gotta do something about that. Then when you see how disturbing the video is and all the little details that people didn't talk about, yeah, there's gonna be a different reaction. People all around the world, all around the country at least, saw it, and a lot of people, rightly so, are outraged. You know, I don't hate Ray Rice. I think, you know, I have his jersey. That's the only jersey I own, is the Ray Rice jersey, because I thought, you know, he was a great guy and anti-bullying. But it just goes to show you that people can put on a front for the public, and they can act a different way behind closed doors, literally. And, you know, I know that I probably put on a good face for most people, and then when I'm home I act a little different because I'm comfortable there. Sometimes people are really ugly, and when you're in public eye, you gotta pay for it a little harsher than any other person would, because you can't be acting like that and representing an entire team. Ravens had no freaking choice but to let him go, and if they didn't, Ravens would probably lose more than half of their following, because it's just not right. So that's what I have to say about it. I'm really sick of people defending it. I'm really sick of people acting like it's everybody else's fault but theirs that this shit is going on, that he's reaping what he sowed. And as a mom, if my son were to see this and Ray would have not gotten any more punishment, and my son, you know, what kind of example is that for my kid? I mean, yeah, I'm his mom. I have to say something about it, you know, if I had a problem with it. But as a mom, I'm glad they done what they done, because you can't do that kind of thing and not pay for it. You can't act like that and then continue to be this, you know, multi-million-dollar paid football player and public guy and, you know, beloved by everybody. You're not beloved by everybody right now. You done something stupid, and probably, like Michael Vick, in a year or two, he's going to be back on a football team. I guarantee it. I would bet money that he's not going to be indefinitely suspended like Michael Vick was. He was suspended, and now he's back playing, okay? And what he did... okay, and another thing is, people want to say, oh, that's way worse, and that's way worse. To me, you do something stupid, you act like an asshole, you act like a thug, you're all pieces of crap, in my eyes. Michael Vick, what he did to animals, that's sick. You're disturbed, really. And he's not one of my... He's nobody I knew about until he acted up. And, you know, people want to bring up Ben Roethlisberger, and it's like, didn't he go to court, or... You know, I'm not saying people don't get away with things, you know, even through the court system, but whatever. This situation, and this situation was handled correctly in my eyes. And as an adult, as a mother, and as a woman, you know, I feel like good on you, Ravens, for letting his ass go. It's not about the game. It's about being a good fucking person and paying for what happens to you. I'm so sick of this new age standards. Like, let's go back, I don't know, let's go back to just right and wrong, common sense. When you're a kid, you're told you do something wrong, you pay for it. 2 games, sitting out of 2 games ain't paying for knocking your woman on her ass and dragging her out like an animal. Sorry. So I'm done with it. I just love that I have a YouTube channel and I can sit and I can talk, and I wish that I could sit and debate everybody, because my fingers can't type fast enough to argue with these idiots who want to say it's done and over with. You're disturbed if you think it's okay. You're disturbed if you think it's okay for him to keep being a public figure, for your kids to wear his jersey and to cheer him on when he acts like a criminal behind closed doors. And one of the most disturbing things is that he didn't react. He waited till these doors were closed, and then he went after her. The woman that he loves, the woman he married, the woman who gave birth to his kid. Sad. Really sad, really gross, and really just outrageous to me. And I am glad, I'm smiling, and I'm happy that my Ravens team doesn't support him. And, you know, like I said, I don't hate him. I think he made a really bad... I don't even want to say it was a decision. I think I was misled on who he was. I think a lot of us were. And I don't like him. As far as I knew before, I think he was a likable guy. I thought he did a lot of good. And now I just feel like, was that a front? You know, I don't think he's this evil person, but it's like, you know, you showed your true colors. Now people saw it, and it ain't gonna fly. You know. Some people don't surprise me, though, with their defending him. It's like, of course you defend him, you fucking idiot. Whatever. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. He did it to himself. Bye, Ray.